This is the artist Piet Mondrian, and it's one of his abstract paintings that he's best known for. Piet Mondrian started out loving to paint landscapes and trees, but somehow his trees progressed from tree paintings to abstract lines to what he's most famous for, these black, red, and yellow and blue primary color paintings. Later, they became so busy with lots of tiny rectangles and triangles. Today, we are going to use primary colors and squares and rectangles. So you have to understand what a square and a rectangle are. So I'm going to use reds, yellows, and blues, and I hope everybody's paying attention right now. I'm going to use red, yellows, and blues, rectangles and squares to glue on my paper. But you know what? You might want to make some smaller shapes. So I have to make sure I'm cutting it into a square. Is that a square? No. Nope, so I can't use that. They have to be squares and rectangles. So when looking at his artwork, you can see that sometimes he had long, skinny rectangles on here. So maybe I have a long, skinny rectangle. So this is kind of fun. And then I'm going to put some little blue squares on here.
What is that supposed to be?
You know what? This is a kind of art that isn't anything. It is kind of abstract, which means you can make it be whatever you want. And this square is too big for me, so I'm going to cut it straight. So now I have a smaller square that I can glue on my paper. So it's totally fine. We're only using squares and rectangles. So I could cut a square in half, and then in half, now I have a smaller one. I really appreciate everybody who's sitting quietly and not touching their glue sticks right now. Oh, I might just glue some blue. I like my little blue squares that I made, but I might put a big square there and then a little square in here. So I've got to fill my paper with blue, red, and yellow, my primary colors, squares and rectangles. Is this shape okay to use?
Yeah.
Why is it okay to use?
Because it's a rectangle.
Oh my gosh, look at how smart you guys are. And overlap. Do you know what overlap means?
No.
Overlap. So this blue piece is overlapping with the red piece. This yellow piece is overlapping. It's when they go over each other. So I want to fill a lot of this white space with different red, yellow, and blue squares and triangles. When I'm all,
You said triangle.
oh, no triangles, all squares.
Yeah.
Then,
And with
when I'm all done, I've lost my piece of cardboard. When I'm all done, Mr. Mondrian used a lot of black lines. So when you're all done, you're going to print. And notice what I'm doing when I'm printing. Am I going really fast? No. I'm using lines to maybe divide up. So for those of you that can see what I'm doing right now, I'm using black lines to add, oh, that was kind of crazy. Because that's what Piet Mondrian used. He used a lot of primary colors and then black to make these really amazing geometric artworks.
Yeah.